If you want to learn more about setting a hook on soft plastics, you're at the right place. Stay tuned. You know, in bass fishing, the way you set the hook kind of depends on what bait you're using, what technique you're using. There's no one hook set that fits every bait. So what we're going to do in the next few weeks is we're going to have a little series of different kinds of hook sets for different kind of techniques. This week we're going to talk about soft plastic hook sets. This kind of came to my attention, I guess it's been a few weeks ago when I did the Orlando Wilson hook set, kind of a spoof video. And one of my friends, Kyle Barfield with Deepwater Guide, he's also a creator on YouTube, so check him out. He'd commented on one of my on that video and had mentioned how, you know, he didn't understand why people set the hook as violently as they do. And I agree that some people do. You know, I've caught a few fish that didn't have a, you know, had a rip in their bottom lip where it's ripped all the way through. You know, that's obviously too hard. But it is important to drive a good hook, and you got, you know, I've got several goals that I'm trying to meet whenever I'm setting a hook on a soft plastic bait. First of all, I'm trying to drive that hook through the plastic bait, and the thicker that bait is, the harder I've got to set the hook to get it through there. You never want to fight a fish to the boat, and when you go to swing him in, he comes off, and you don't have a hook through your bait. You got to drive that hook through that bait. Not only that, you got to drive a hook in that fish's mouth. You know, we kind of joke that I set hook like it's a 10-pounder every time. Well, that's true. I have to give them that 10-pound hook set. You never know when it's going to be 10 inches or 10 pounds. So you got to be prepared. Sometimes it is a little bit of overkill, but you know, that's what you got to do. The second thing I'm trying to accomplish is usually I'm fishing around some type of cover, whether it be wood cover, grass, lily pad, or something like that. So I'm trying to get control of that fish. I want to kind of, I guess, stun him if that's a good term, but I want to get his head turned in the right direction and coming out of that cover. The quicker I can get him out of that cover, the more chance it is I can get him in the boat. I can play with him when I get him in the boat. No need in playing with him anytime other than that. Anyway, let's look at a little fishing and watch these hook sets, and we'll come back and talk a little more. Here's that beautiful bass footage. We got a good hook here. I mean a good one. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about right there. Look at him. Look at here. Yeah, we finally caught one. That's what we came for right there. Look at there. Oh, good in there. That's fried. Look at that. Good to start on right there. Oh, that's another better fish. A little better. What a light bass. This it should be. If you're liking the video so far, right now's a great time to hit that subscribe button. We usually post a video just about every Thursday. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's Greg Gulledge _Fishing Adventures. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, we've talked about the goals of our hook set, what we're trying to accomplish. Now let's talk about the actual bite and how we do it. So, okay, you're sitting there and you're fishing that worm or crawl or whatever you're fishing, your soft plastic, you're fishing it pretty slow, and you get the bite. You feel that tick. Well, you know, I usually make sure it's a fish because you get a lot of worm or brim pecks and that kind of stuff. So I'll ease up on it and just see if I can feel some kind of sensation. A lot of times the worm is your line is actually running off. So that tells you that you got something you need to take care of on the end of that rod, on the end of that line. So anyway, usually what I try to do is if that fish is running off to my left, then I am just naturally, I've got my reel in my left hand. I reel with my right hand. Naturally, I drop the rod just a little bit. I try not to get any slack in the line, and I just, have a pretty abrupt, I call it sweep in the kitchen. I just go back kind of over my shoulder like this. And that works good if they're running in that direction. If something happens and it's either running to my right or running directly away from me, or sometimes even running right to me, I've got more of an over-the-shoulder kind of hook set like that. And like I say, I do set the hook pretty hard. I've never broken a fish's lip that I know of. Some guys just overdo it, using big line and big stick, and I use all of that. I mean, usually I'm fishing, when I'm fishing slow, somewhere between 16 and 25 pound line. So, if I wanted to jerk fish's lips off, I guess I could. But anyway, just a good stiff hook set usually is plenty. And anyway, like I said, you're trying to drive the worm hook through the worm. You're trying to get it into the fish's mouth. You're trying to get control of the fish and land him as quick as you can. When you're tournament fishing, that's real important that you do that. Anyway, I hope you guys have found something useful here. If you have, please like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out my buddy Kyle Barfield at Deepwater Guide. It's DEAP Water Guides. Check him out. He'd make some really good content. Good friend of mine. Anyway, I'll catch y'all next time. I appreciate y'all watching. Just a little bonus footage. What we use as far as equipment goes, like I said, I mentioned the 16 to 25 pound test line. Rod is a heavy action rod. Usually I use a G Loomis 844C. You've heard me talk about that in some of the other videos. Also, just because I'm trying to get that fish in the boat as quick as I can, I usually use a 7-to-1 reel. Works really well. Some people might need a little more power, but those things have plenty of power to pretty much get any fish to the boat as quick as you want to. Also, they ain't always pretty. So here's a little bonus footage to go along with this. I hope y'all enjoy. I will catch y'all next time. Thanks.
I hope a GoPro got that.
The catch of the day.
Boom.
Well, I think we hooked up with him. That's kind you don't lose there.
Blankets about every other day.
There he goes. Well, maybe he is. I'm gonna kill him with a trolling motor. 3 casts later.
Well, if a trolling motor had to have been there, he'd have went over the front of the boat.
I think that sucker's about dead. He's toast.
Really?
I think he's gonna have bacon strips. If I carried him home, I'd just knock sides off of them, big or small.